A wonderful good evening or good morning. It depends on where you are and where you're watching from. But at least here it's evening now. Whoa, had to turn off the sound on my computer. And yeah, we got quite a little schedule. I just took some notes um, about things that I would like to talk about with you guys. And I made a live stream yesterday on my German channel and also on Instagram. And some of you have been watching and requested a English live stream as well. So that's why we're here now. And honestly, I wanted to make a, let's call it a proper YouTube video today, but I didn't make it. So at least I thought, let's do a little live stream. So drop me a note in the comment, in the chat. We can use the chat now. Tell me where you're from, who's watching, and yeah, that would be quite nice to see if I know someone. And yeah, things we're gonna talk about today. I mean, you already might have seen it in the title of this video. And one topic is the Capture One grace period. And I don't know if you are familiar with this term, if you know what that means. As you might know, Capture One always comes out with a new release at the end of the year. So this might happen anytime soon, probably. Um, we don't know when this release will come, and we don't know what they will call it. Maybe they're gonna call it Capture 112, but maybe they're gonna give it a new name for marketing reasons. Well, I don't know, but they told me that they have now officially started the grace period, which means that if you buy your license now, then you will get a free upgrade to the next coming release, which will happen probably anytime soon. I would say in the next month, probably, or the next 4 weeks, something like that. So it's a good time to purchase a license right now if you haven't done that already, or if you have been thinking about that. Or I mean, some people have been hesitating because of new licenses coming up, and so yeah, it might be a good time to do that now. That's one thing. I will probably also do a video about the differences between a session and a catalog in Capture One. I made that video for my German channel yesterday, so that might be coming up soon as well for this channel. Yeah, that's the Capture One things. I have been on vacation about 10 days ago, something like that. I'm back for 1 week, something like 1 week, maybe 8-9 days. And I had the opportunity to test the Zeiss 12mm wide angle lens for Fuji. It's an f2.8 lens, and I still need to decide whether I will get the Fuji 10-24, which is just an f4 lens, or if I will go with the Zeiss 12, which is a 2.8 lens. So I think I like to be a little more flexible in the wide angle area. Although I'm pretty fine using prime. Okay, it seems to work again. Sorry for the disruption. I don't know what went wrong, but yeah, I'm fine using prime lenses on a little longer focal length, like 16, 23 or more. But in the wide angle area, I like to be a little more flexible. So that's why I think that I got a tendency towards the Fuji 10 to 24 lens. But the other thing is that when it comes to handling the lenses, there's something that is really different about the Zeiss lens, and that is that it has these rubberized aperture ring and a focus ring also, which which is kind of standard when you look at the when you look at Canon lenses, for example. They all have this rubber on their rings, and but the Fuji lenses don't have that. And yeah, good evening, Todd. and and that's something that I got so used to when using the Fuji lenses, to feel this metal aperture ring, and that's something that is a little bit awkward on the Zeiss lens. And also the dust really likes to stick to the to these rubberized rings as well, so that's something that I don't really like. But like build wise and the image quality on the Zeiss lens is outstanding good. And I mean, the quality wise, I don't think that there will be a clear winner when you compare these two lenses. So it's more like the look and feel, and yeah, just personal preference in the end, because both lenses, I've tested both lenses and they both perform really well. What I do like on the build aspect of the Zeiss lens is that the lens hood really, there's a nice flow in the integration of the lens hood to the lens, so it doesn't look and feel like it's an extra part. I mean, you can take it off, but it flows just so natural. I should have brought this lens with me to show it to you, but I probably will do a review video on that Zeiss 12mm lens as well for this channel. So I had the opportunity to test it, but yeah, I mean, I expected it to perform really good, and it did, and so got a tendency towards the Fuji right now. So what else is happening right now? I got a exhibition upcoming in 3 weeks, and I think like most of you guys won't be able to make it. It's here in my hometown in South Germany, from the 22nd till 25th of November. And I will show there a lot of images from the US road trip earlier this year. I will show printed images from the Parkour XT3 project that I made. And I will give a lot of talks about photography. So I have a 120 square meter area, and yeah, we'll have exhibition, and we'll have the stage with yeah, like I think 50 seats, something like that. And everything will be done in German, of course, because yeah, we have German people coming there. But yeah, that will happen in 3 weeks. So it impacts this channel as well because I have a lot of things to prepare and a lot of things to create. I will need to send my images for printing out tomorrow. Yesterday I decided which images I need to print and how large they're gonna be, and they will be 60 by 90 centimeters, so pretty big images. And I mean, I do have a lot of images that I can show there, but you know the way it is. You take new pictures and you want to replace the old ones. So yeah, they will need to be ordered by tomorrow or Monday to be delivered in time. What else? By the way, I hope the audio is good. I have a external microphone plugged in right here so that everything sounds a little bit better. What I will do next is I had the opportunity to test the Luminar 2018. They got some amazing features and amazing quality, or amazing, yeah, I mean, they make an awesome product. And if you haven't already, you should check out the Luminar 2018 because they keep innovating and they got a little different processes than Lightroom and Capture One, because they like to provide you with some kind of, let's call it, filters or predefined post-production recipes, let's call it like that. And they look, I mean, it's always a matter of taste, but they look quite interesting. And the fun thing is that they are hard to recreate. And I played around with that, and I think it's gonna be a good addition for my work, especially whenever I don't want to spend a lot of time in post-production. So I don't know if you have ever used the Luminar software. You should have a look at it. And I mean, they do advertise their products quite heavily right now on social media, and I think you might have seen an ad from Luminar 2018 by now. And I mean, you can test that software for 30 days and it's very cheap. In Germany it's 59 euros, so I think the US price should be something around the same area. And I'm cooperating with them, and if you want to get a license for Luminar 2018, you can get a discount code. The discount code is just pixel catcher, just like that. And this will reduce the price by 10 euros, and I think it should be as well $10 in the US shop. So you can try that out if you like to get a license. And then this software is $49 or euros, which is an amazing price for the functionality and the let's call it the ease of use that you get for that. So that's pretty exciting, and I can't wait to get a proper review video about that out for you guys. One thing that I can tell you right now is that I don't like the performance. The program is a little bit on the slow side, which is fine if you just edit one image after the other. But if you like to process more images or a lot of images in a short amount of time, like if I want to get out something to a client or I need to be quick, then I would still use Capture One. But if I don't know how to how to do post production or how to create a certain look in an image, then this is a very good choice for a lot of photographers. So for me, it's not about using Capture One or Luminar. I will definitely not switch from Capture One to Luminar, but I will use Luminar as a second tool in my workflow. So especially whenever I'm looking for inspiration and yeah, that kind of stuff. I will get a starting point there and then go on or even finish it in there. I think even that, why not? That's possible. And what I like about them is one more thing about Luminar. They will add the library. My stream was gone. Okay, now I'm back. I'm so sorry. I don't know what is wrong. But what I can tell is I like the way they develop their software, because they will include a library feature which will help you to organize your images and go through folders on your computer more easily, and to adjust the angle, and they will include that with an update for all of their users. So they're not going to create a new version which you will need to purchase. They will give it to all of their existing users for Luminar 2018. So I'm excited about that. And as I told you, if you would like to get the license, you will get a discount with the on checkout with the code PixelCatcher easily. All right. Yeah. One more thing. Fuji sent me a video because they made a ad for cinemas in Germany with my footage from the parkour shooting as well. And I mean, I don't go to the cinema at all. I don't know when I went to the cinema for the last time. I think it's two years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. But my stuff will be shown as well, so that's pretty exciting for me as well. Yeah. Next week I'm gonna have another photography workshop here in my studio, which is probably not something you guys would participate in, because I think it's a little bit too far. But anyway, if someone from Germany is watching right now, it might be interesting for you as well. Okay, let me see if I could improve the light. No. Maybe like this. Okay, what about those who Capture One Pro? Are we entitled to get 12 when it ships? Scott, as far as I know, the grace period started just right now, like 2 days ago or something like that. So it depends on when you got your license, and I think you will at least get the option for a cheap upgrade license. And if you got your license just recently, you will get a free upgrade to the newest version. Let's call it 12 right now. Yes. I mean, yeah, there has to be a point in time at which you stop the upgrades, the free upgrades. And as far as I know, that has started 2 days ago. So probably on November 1st, the grace period started, which makes sense. If I mean, I would do it the same way, which is, of course, a bad thing if you got your license like 2 weeks ago or a month ago or something like that. But I mean, that's the way it is. It's like if you got your XT2 like a week before the XT3 came out, I mean, what can you do? It's just the way it is. And I mean, you can always wait because new things will come out, and yeah, that's the way it is. It's the same thing with the Apple computers, and that's the reason why I don't get a new iMac right now, because I know that the iMac probably will be updated, hopefully soon, but I'm waiting for it, and I'm not getting an iMac until it comes out. I'm gonna get it once it's out, so I know I have the latest product and will not be disappointed like a week or two or a month after that. Maybe you're gonna have to negotiate with them a little bit. Maybe it will help. I don't know. So, I mean, I can see the image quality really, really sucks. I'm having a look at the live stream over here, and it doesn't look as good as here. I'm sorry. Must be my internet connection. It keeps crashing completely again and again. But I'm back. I'm probably not gonna be able to shoot something on this weekend, which is okay because I took quite some pictures on my last vacation in Greece. And I took some video in Greece as well. So yeah, that's okay. I mean, you cannot shoot every weekend. I mean, you could, but sometimes you have to work. I'm gonna develop a lot of digital products in the near future, just like my Capture One Autumn presets. I hope you have seen them. I'm gonna post a link to them right now. And I discovered that they can really be used for architecture photography as well. I got yesterday I made a video for my German channel in which I processed some shots from London, which I made earlier this year with these presets, and they work excellent. I mean, I was pretty excited that they work for this kind of photography as well, and I'm gonna link them right now. I'm gonna link the video if you're interested in how these pictures came out in with the autumn presets. You're probably not gonna be able to understand anything, but I mean, photography is universal, right? I'm gonna post the link to the video right here so you can see the processing of architecture photography in Capture One with my autumn presets. And I mean, I talked about the presets on this channel as well, so you might have heard about that already. But if you want to if you like to see them in action, this is the place to go. Yeah. What else can we talk about? If you have any questions, you can just ask them anytime. That's fine. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for ideas on this for this live stream. And yeah, as I told you, I'm going to develop some more digital products. I'm going to make some Lightroom presets as well, because some people contacted me. They said, hey, well, you know, I like Capture One, but I think I'm gonna stick to Lightroom, and I would still like to use your presets. So for these people, I will do Lightroom presets, and I will develop some more for Capture One as well. Not only just for you, but for myself, because you know, I would like to get a more constant image style. It's not a lot of fun to do a live stream when the internet keeps crashing again and again. I'm not going to do a live stream again from here. I'm going to do it from the studio next time. But yeah, I want to be more consistent in my photography and in my post-production. I want to be quicker in my post-production. So I'm going to develop even more styles and presets, or style packs, or whatever you want to call it, for my personal work, and not just for my personal work, but also for my client work. And I'm going to share them with you as well, just like I did with the autumn presets, because I think a lot of you will enjoy using them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So next thing I will do, hopefully tomorrow, I will make a video showing you the features and the work, and the way that Luminar 2018 works. And hopefully it's gonna have some, it's gonna bring some value for you guys. And just like hopefully some of my stuff brings value to you. Yeah. Yeah. Time is my only problem these days. So let me know if you have any further questions. We can get into a more detailed discussion just right now. And if not, then I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my beer. And oh yeah, we got one question. I'm moving to Capture One now from Lightroom. Is there a way to spot remove a long object, such as a wire from a telephone pole, in motion adjust spots? Yes, you can, but I'm not able to tell you right now. You will have to create a new layer, and I think it's called a healing layer or something like that. I would have to check, but on my list, on my very long list for topics for upcoming videos, there is layers. The layer thing in Capture One is definitely on my list, and we will cover it in there, but I'm sure you're gonna find out way before that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's possible, but I can't tell you right now. Just Jay from Canada. I hope I pronounce it correctly. You have only one lens. That's fine. The 35 1.4 is my first lens as well. I like that lens a lot, but I discovered that I don't use it. I'm not sure. I don't use it a lot anymore, or I don't use it anymore. I mean, it performs really good, and make sure that you put the latest firmware on that lens. It makes such a huge difference. Really, trust me. Do upgrade your firmware on the lenses. And yeah, just like Igor says right now, the 16 1.4, I mean, that didn't exist when I got the 35. When I got the 35, it was the only lens that was available, if I'm correct. Anyway, you should, I mean, you can do a lot with that lens, but for me, it's a little bit too tight. So if I would, if I would start again right now, I would start with the 23. And the 23 is such a universal focal length. You can do so much with that. I mean, you can do portraits with it. You can do landscape with it. You can do street photography with it. It's way more compatible with different subjects than the 35. Yeah, good question. How do I do that? You just go in Google and type in Fuji XF35 firmware. You download the firmware, put it on your SD card. You put the SD card in your camera. You turn the camera off. You hold the back button and turn the camera on while you hold that button. And then you will get into the firmware upgrade menu, and then you select lens, make sure the lens is on the camera, and you just hit OK and you wait. So maybe your lens already has the latest firmware. I don't know how they ship that lens right now, but probably it's gonna have an older firmware. And I'm pretty sure you will experience a much improved autofocus performance, and it will be more quiet than before. Let me know later in the comments if you noticed a difference. I'm excited to know. On what camera are you using that? Oh, X-T3. Okay. Yeah, good combination. Very good combination. It's always good to give yourself some kind of restriction. So if your restriction is to only have that one lens, it will force you to think about your image or think about solutions for something you want to achieve way more than if you have everything available. It can get boring. Very good. Yeah. I still have the 90 f2 laying around because I had the chance to do another shot for Fujifilm Germany, and for this shot I needed the 90, and I requested them to send it to me for this photo, and now it's waiting to be shipped back to Fuji. And honestly, even if I didn't have to pay for that lens, which to be clear, I have to pay for all of my stuff, I didn't want to have it because I think the 90 is too long for me. I like to be more in the wide angle area or like middle range, but to me the 56 as the longest focal length is totally fine. So yeah, still, as I told you, the 35 is sometimes a too long focal length for my kind of photography. Which is crazy. I mean, when I started photography, I would shoot most things, especially portraits, with the 70 to 200 on my 5D, and that was amazing. I mean, I can't imagine shooting like that anymore. I like to be way wider, but the thing is that it is easier to get a good image with a shallow depth of field. So if you blur out your background, it gets way easier to create an image that is that doesn't distract the viewer to the background or something like that. So, and it's way harder to create a good image with a bigger depth of field, with a sharp in focus background. Gets way more difficult, but I like that way of shooting, even though I also like to have the really big open aperture lenses as well. Yeah. Photography is constantly changing, and I'm sure you notice that in your own photography as well. So if you look at your first images that you made, like when you started in photography, they probably look quite different than the images that you take right now. The Nikkor 105 and an adapter. Okay, interesting. I mean, I still have the Canon 100 f2.8 macro lens laying around in my studio, and it's an awesome lens. I took quite some portraits with that in the studio, but not because of the focal length, much more because of the image quality that it produces. But I wouldn't want to use my old lenses with an adapter, because then the camera gets so big, and I like the system to be small. Yeah. Anyway, let's end this live stream right now. I'm gonna be back with new videos hopefully soon, but not today. You can always drop me a comment in my videos. I'm reading all of the comments that you write. But honestly, I'm not able to reply to all of the comments because my time is pretty limited. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day or evening or morning or whatever it is. Right here it's 7:30 in the evening, so I'm not gonna do a whole lot of stuff today, but I think tomorrow is another day for a lot of work to be done. Have a good day. Don't forget to take some pictures. Don't spend all day in front of your computer. Thank you guys. See you soon.